What if I told you that the sound of a kettle on a frozen morning could decide the shape of a life? That in the thin hiss of steam and the rattle of iron, a girl named Eleanor was quietly forging a vow no one else could hear. It looks like an ordinary kitchen, but listen closely because beneath the whistle of that kettle lies the story of debts, silences, and a courage so steady it could carry her through storms. Stay with me, because this morning is not just about tea. It is about survival, defiance, and the first spark of a destiny she will not let slip away. Before the light finds the road, it finds this room. The stove crouches like an old animal. The match flares, iron takes the fire slow. Eleanor's breath is visible, a small cloud, proof she's here, proof she hasn't given up. The kettle's tin belly catches a glint from the small square of dawn. She is careful with everything, the kindling, the water, the time. Careful because waste is the enemy of people who dream. She learned that young. You keep the scraps, you save the heat, you fold the days like linens that must last all winter. The kettle trembles. That sound, half rattle, half promise, meets the bones in her wrist as she steadies the lid. She thinks of names left unsaid, letters never sent, the road outside laid in frost like a message written in breath. The house knows that feeling. Houses know when someone is almost ready to go. Eleanor's hands move without thinking. Cup, leaf, water, wait. She could do this blind. But it's the waiting that matters. The seconds before the first pour are the test. Can she stand inside her own impatience without letting it break her? She remembers other mornings, smaller versions of herself at this same stove, measuring out courage the way other families measured sugar. She remembered the laugh that left the house one day and did not come back, a door that closed, a voice that chose distance. But the work of living stayed, and so did she. You might imagine courage is loud. Sometimes it is. But Eleanor's courage is a narrow thing, threaded through chores and lists. It holds the world steady while the world tries to tilt. Steam beads on her face, her cheeks bloom. She pours. The cup warms her palms in a way that feels like forgiveness. Outside, the wind leans its shoulder into the siding. Inside, the tea carries a small orchard of hope to her mouth. And here is the first truth. Warmth is not a luxury, it is a discipline. She had to teach herself to make it, keep it, share it. She had to decide that a little is enough while she works toward more. She drinks and studies the breath on the window. It blooms, it fades. So do excuses. She will not keep them. There is a paper on the table. Work to be done, names to call, a map sketched on the back of a grocery receipt because she couldn't afford another notebook. But the lines are straight, the route exact. A road forks on that scrap, and one arrow has a word beside it. It says, begin. The kettle simmers again, a small second song. Eleanor feels the shape of the day rising, tasks like stones across a river, step, step, step. She'll cross one careful foot at a time. Do you see it? How the ordinary holds a keyhole. The trick is to keep your eye close enough to find the door. She does not tell the room she is tired of patching sleeves and faces. She does not tell the kettle she has spent nights counting the slow drip minutes until morning. She does not tell the mirror she worries her best years already happened and she was too busy making everyone else's tea to notice. Silence hears her anyway. It hears the crease in her brow, the way she ties her hair tighter when money is thin. And in that recognition, there is a strange relief. We are seen by what we keep doing. Eleanor keeps showing up. A girl like that is not fragile. She's a bridge no storm has learned how to break. She waits for a letter that does not come, for an apology that refuses to be written, for permission that was never hers to need. Fine. Then she will become her own messenger. She pulls the kettle off the flame, sets it aside. Heat held, not wasted. That small decision, move the kettle, save the warmth, is a parable she's been living all along. Protect what you've made. Carry it forward. She ties her scarf. The road lifts its pale face to the window. She doesn't need a crowd to witness this. She will witness herself. At the door, there is always one breath you can't skip. She takes it now, the breath between almost and yes. The cup leaves a round print on the table like a moon. She smiles at the mark, proof that warmth was here, proof that warmth will return. She steps out, and winter steps back, just enough. The cold wakes every nerve, but does not own a single one. Boots find the boards, boards remember her weight, the porch says, go. And here is where the morning becomes a sentence, she went. It's a simple verb with 1,000 miles inside it. From the yard, she looks back into the kitchen. Steam ghosts the window. She understands now. The kettle has always been a teacher. Boil, then rest. Hold, then pour. Leave when you must. Return when you mean it. She pockets the map. The road is not asking whether she deserves it. The road is asking whether she will take it. Eleanor answers with her feet. They'll say she just woke up one day and changed her life. No, she practiced leaving for a long time, 10 minutes at a time, every morning, while the kettle sang. They'll say someone rescued her. No, she learned to rescue herself while washing yesterday's grief from a chipped cup. They'll say winter ended. No, winter doesn't end. You carry a small fire through it, and that is how it loses. On the road's first bend, Eleanor makes a promise to be faithful to the woman she is when no one is watching, to spend her warmth wisely, to make rooms that remember laughter, to brew enough for others when the day allows. The sky is a pale coin, brightening. The trees hold their breath the way choirs do right before a hymn. She doesn't need the words yet. Walking will find them. Back on the table, the circle of tea cools into a dark planet. Someone will find it later and wonder why it feels like a signal. Because it is. The house will keep its quiet oath until she returns, changed, not erased. A kettle cools. Heat banks itself, waiting for the next hand to lift it. This is how endurance survives, not in blaze, but in embers, tended. If you are listening, and the morning in your own kitchen is colder than you can explain, hear this. Ordinary rituals are not small, they are scaffolding, they are ladders hidden in plain sight. Make the tea, make the call, draw the line on the map, step on to the road. Do one brave thing before the water cools. This was Eleanor's cold morning, the quiet trial she passed while no one clapped. But storms never ask for permission, and the sky will not always stay clear. In video 3, The Porch After Rain, Counting Drops Like Old Debts, We'll step outside with her, onto wet boards that creak beneath her weight, as rainwater drips like a clock reminding her of everything owed, everything remembered. If this morning's kettle stirred something in you, follow the channel and join me next time, because the rain is waiting, and so is Eleanor.